guys, Biggest Bull Investor here. I just wanted to show you guys my portfolio as well as give you guys an update on what's been going on in my life. Um, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. The last time I showed off my portfolio, it was January 24th. The portfolio was up $43,563.01, and it had a positive return of $10,173.01, uh, for a total percentage return of 30.47%. So we were up 30% in the 3 years that I had been investing in the market. So that was January 24th. On the 26th, my grandmother, who I am currently working for, she broke her hip, and she's been in a rehabilitation clinic, trying to get better, basically. So I've been on unemployment, and if that didn't make matters worse, there were two other disturbing pieces of news that I received in January as well. We found out that my fiance's mother was terminally ill, and the doctors have given her a couple months to live, as well as my fiance got into a major car accident. And I believe I have a picture of the accident. This was the car that she was in as she was heading into work on the 26th of January. And she's currently home, recuperating from her injuries. She hasn't been working for about a good 2 months, so I've been just getting by on unemployment. And I just want to be transparent with you guys and let you guys know that we do have some things that are going on. So I'm a little bit upset as far as not being able to put the maximum amount of money in the market while we have these things going on in the market. So I know the saying is hindsight is 2020, and I know that there were some investments that maybe I should have not invested in and just kept money on the sidelines, as you never know what will happen or what will go on. But without further ado, let me show off how the virus has affected the portfolio. So as you guys can see, on March 20th, we were down $1,619.85. That was a 5% loss in the market, and then we lost an additional $139.42 during after-hours trading. For the week, the portfolio started to show signs of a pulse in the middle of the week, and then it sold off, as we have our lawmakers scrambling to try and get some type of stimulus package out to people. And I don't think that I think the market will continue to sell off until we receive some good news. Also, we have the Saudis and Russia fighting over oil, and that's causing a big issue. So we need some big resolutions before the market can get better. But for the week, we're down $2,667.06 for a total loss of 8.32%. For the month, we're down $18,840.54 for a total loss of 39.6%. For the last 3 months, we're down $18,459.56 for a total loss of 38.5%. For the year, we're down basically $15,000, total negative return of 33.7%. And our all-time, we're sitting at an $8,391.20 loss for a total loss of 22.21%. So what we'll start off with is we will start off with the sales in the portfolio. The two companies that we sold in the portfolio, as they were still showing a positive gain, was we sold our shares of Comcast We had 104 shares of Comcast. The last time we talked, I was up $974.32 for a total return of 26.74%. We sold our shares of Comcast. Bear with me. We sold our shares of Comcast for $38.62. That left us with a $372.73 profit, or a 10.23% return on our investment. We were holding Comcast. We've been holding Comcast for about a good 2 years now. So I'm pretty disappointed in the monetary gain and for how long we were holding Comcast. But I'll tell you exactly what I did with that money when we sold that position. So we sold Comcast, and then we also sold Johnson and Johnson. Excuse me, you guys gotta excuse me. We sold Johnson and Johnson for, well, we got a dividend of Johnson & Johnson for $26.60, and then we sold it for 137. We sold it for $137.24. Our average return, our average cost on Johnson & Johnson was $131.35. So the profit was $165.07 for a total return of 4.49%. I'm really not worried about the Johnson and Johnson sale, as I didn't have the exact amount of shares that I wanted to own, the position that I wanted to own in Johnson and Johnson anyway. And I do know once I fix my portfolio, I will buy back into Johnson and Johnson. So I just thought that for the amount of shares that I owned and the amount and the dividend that I owned, I could have done a lot better with that money. So what I took and did with the money from Comcast and Johnson and Johnson, I think it was about $4,000 each, is I brought more shares of Bank of America. I brought more shares of Bank of America. I brought 205 shares of Bank of America, and I also brought shares of General Motors. I brought 191 more shares of General Motors. So I basically condensed the portfolio. As you can see, so I'm now sitting at 6 positions in the portfolio. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into each stock and tell you what my plans are going forward with these stocks. Before I go into each stock, I'm just going to let you know that right now my mind, when I do get money to place into my portfolio, that money has been going into Berkshire Hathaway. That's as of right now, how I've been thinking. I've also brought a couple shares of Berkshire Hathaway last week. But at any given time, it can change from Berkshire Hathaway to GM or Disney or Bank of America. So these are only 4 companies that I'm really worried about adding into. But we'll start off with Disney. The last time we talked in Disney, I had 124 shares. My average cost was $112.21. And my profit I had in Disney was $3,414.87 for a total return of 24.54%. Today, as we're speaking, we are down $3,317.27 for a total negative return of 23.34%. Disney also, while this virus has been going on, has Bob Iger has stepped down, and they have appointed a new CEO. His name is Bob Chapek. I believe he was running the parks division before he got this promotion, and Bob Iger will be sitting on the board for the remainder of his tenure. I do plan on adding more shares of Disney. I do think Disney will potentially be going lower as doesn't look like there's a end in sight. I know that they said that they were going to be looking to open back up the parks next month, but I don't know how that will be feasible. So, um, in the meantime, if I do get any additional money, I think Disney is probably second on the list after Berkshire Hathaway to add to. So I'm probably looking to add $170 tomorrow, and if I add $170 to the portfolio, it could be either 2 shares of Disney or it could be 1 share of Berkshire Hathaway. I'm still thinking on that. So that's Disney. Oh, so Disney also. So I've purchased 3 shares since this pandemic has happened. It's changed my average cost from 112.21 to 111.90, and my dividend was, the last time we talked, $109.12. It should be $111.76 if they don't cut their dividend or anything else like that. Next is Bank of America. This is the company that I added a massive infusion of shares while this pandemic was going on. Last time we talked, I only had 226 shares of Bank of America. I now have 431 shares. My average cost was $28.54. It is now $25.48. Back in January, I had a total return of $1,112.51 for a total return of 17.25%. My total return right now is negative $2,555.96 for a total negative loss of 23.27%. We will be getting a dividend from Bank of America of $41.40. Bank of America is currently third on my list to continue to add to. I really want to get up to 560 shares of Bank of America, as that will give me a dividend play of about $100 every 3 months. Right now, the last time we talked, my dividend, as you can see, they're going to pay me a dividend of $40.68. Now, currently, the amount of shares that I hold the next time, if they do pay a dividend, it will be for $77.58. So I want to get that to the $100 threshold while this pandemic is going on. So that's basically it for Bank of America. The next company is General Motors. General Motors also has a dividend pending of $55.48. The amount of shares that we have now added to GM, the last time we talked, we only had 114 shares. Now we're sitting at 305 shares of GM, which will pay us a dividend of $115.90. So if they don't cut their dividend, I do know Ford cut its dividend, so that might be just wishful thinking. So we'll have to wait and see. I do know that GM is also staying open to make ventilators for America while this pandemic is going on. The last time we talked, like I said, I had 114 shares with an average cost of $35.15. I was down $102.73 for a total negative return of 2.56%. Now we are down $3,526.72 for a total negative return of 39.23%, with an average cost of $29.47. GM is currently fourth on my list for buying, and that is basically it for this company. I am kind of upset at how I have been adding to this position. It's just you just don't know. Like, again, hindsight is 20/20, and you just don't know. All this money that I've pumped into this company could have been money that's been set on the sideline, but I decided to be a little greedy and buy into the company as I saw the success of Tesla, and I knew that Tesla's success wasn't sustainable, and they were undervaluing a great company. So, but like I said, I believe I should be rewarded a dividend while we get these things in order. So, the next position that we have is Berkshire Hathaway. The last time we talked, I only had 2 shares of Berkshire Hathaway. This has been the biggest buy in my portfolio with the new capital that I add to the portfolio. Our position, our average cost last time we talked was $223.31. We were up $7.10 for a total return of 1.59%. We are currently down $630.38 for a total negative return of 19.95%. So basically 20% lost in this position. We will continue to add to Berkshire Hathaway because this is currently the best company, in my honest opinion, to basically buy into. They had $128 billion before this virus was taking place, and they now have the keys to buy whatever they want. There's been rumblings about them potentially helping out Boeing, helping out the airline industry, so they could potentially wind up owning an airline industry by the time this is all said and done. And I trust somebody who's been doing this for 60, 70 plus years, and Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger being at the helm and making these decisions. So I will continue to add to Berkshire Hathaway. We have Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis has been really a disappointment. It's just been lies after lies with the management. The CEO just stepped down. The last time we talked to Chief Financial Officer, they basically demoted him, and the CEO stepped down, and he also has sold, I believe, 80% of his position. So I don't believe anything that's going on out of this company. They said that they have an action plan to try and get them to the path of profitability. They've let go a lot of people and are cutting a lot of their operation costs outside of the company, but we'll just have to wait and see. This has been a big disappointment. I was up at one point on this company $2,000, and I just sat there and allowed money to just slowly dwindle. At this point, I like I told you last time in the last video that I will just sit. This money will just I will just rather this money just get lost instead of selling it at the loss that I'm currently sitting on. I'd rather the company just go bankrupt. The total return. The last time we talked, I'm just looking over my notes. My average cost was $4.93. I had a $2,365.76 loss for a total negative return of 60.2%. We're now sitting at a $3,340.80 loss for a total negative return of 81.49%. So we added 200 shares. We brought us down to average cost of $4.10. I will not add another penny into this company. I am dead serious on that. This is just lost money to me. I'm pretty disappointed. And that's pretty much it for this company. One of the biggest companies that are hit during this virus is Apple Hospitality. I just read an article that said that the Hilton brand hotels are looking to shut down a bunch of hotels while this pandemic is going on. This is a test for the hotel industry, especially Apple Hospitality. How they have not, as long as I've held the company for about 3 years now. The company has never increased its dividend, as they said that they always had, that they just kept a cash flow, for instances like this. So this will be the testing stone to see how this company does while we are being faced with with a recession basically and this pandemic going on. So we will see how they will treat our dividend and how they will treat the company going forward. The last time we talked, I had an average cost of $17.28 with a total negative return. I mean, with a total loss of $402.37 and a total negative return of 10.35%. Now we're sitting at a $2,717.47 loss with a total negative return of 68.33%. This was just a dividend play, and like I said, I am just sitting to see how this company uh, functions during these type of economic times, because this company wasn't around when the recession of 2008 happened. So this is a big test for this company, and I look forward to see how again they react. Um, and that's pretty much it. I don't own Chesapeake Energy. That was a free share that I got. Other than that, I appreciate you guys checking out my video. As you know, as we get any type of financial relief, I will just continue to add it to my portfolio and pick up the positions that I believe in. Um, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please just let me know in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Once again, thank you guys for checking out my video, and I appreciate it. And I hope you guys are staying safe and doing everything you can during this outbreak.